So I wanted to do a little update on my my kratom problem, and okay, I think I'm past the worst of it, but I'm not really past the worst of it. I just kind of like you. This is just me. This is I'm not trying to say like this is the way it's affecting everybody, but this is the way it affected me, and I think like if anybody else agrees with me, please put it in the comments. But the way I feel, what I feel would happen was I was taking a certain amount and I interrupted how much I was taking. And when I interrupted that, it kind of sent a shock to my body and my brain. And that's when all the withdrawals hit. That's when all the panic attacks hit and stuff like that. Now, it wasn't just as simple as starting to take that dose again. It wasn't that simple at all. And to be honest, when I first realized that this was the kratom that was doing it, what I did was I quit cold turkey, at least for maybe 12 hours or 24 hours or something like that, which isn't a lot of time, right? But I think that attributed more to throwing my body chemistry off, you know. So my fiance, she was like, you got to start taking it like you were to get your head straight. But I was stubborn and I decided to cut my dosage in half, which was extremely stupid. And I think that's why I spent the next 2 days on the couch. Okay. So I'm at a point now to where I'm good. As far as mentally, like the head games have stopped. I'm not having any more panic attacks at the moment. I'm not using, last night was the first night I haven't used my sleep medicine. And I got a good night's sleep. I'm still using the anti-anxiety medicine because I'm still kind of worried. I don't want an anxiety attack to hit, especially not while I'm in the middle of something, on a highway or anything like that. So, I started lowering my dose, and what I did was I went ahead and, like I said, I was not doing packed teaspoons. So, and instead of doing like right now, I'm at roughly 25 grams. So I went from 45 grams to 25 grams. Now that wasn't right away. That's over a week. But it's keeping me good. Like I'm not really feeling withdrawals, but I'm kind of letting myself feel it a little bit by setting a timer in between each dose. And instead of taking it, like it's supposed to be 3 hours to 4 hours, in between each amount that I take, whatever. I don't care about all these stupid phrases. Anyway, so I'm allowing the timer to go over by an hour to an hour and a half. So I can feel a little bit of the withdrawals, because I don't want to be scared to feel withdrawals, because that's a different type of prison, and I don't want to deal with it. And like I said, I'm not planning on stopping kratom. I'm just trying to get my dosage down. I haven't gotten the kratom stems in yet. To be honest, I thought they'd be here by now because I ordered them like a week ago. But I got an email yesterday that said that they're just being ordered. I mean, just being mailed out, which is ridiculous. It's stupid. But anyway, so another thing too, I want to kind of get this across. Like this is my second time fighting an addiction. The first time was smoking, and that was one of the hardest things I ever had to like deal with because it really had a hold on me. I started smoking when I was 15, so I was smoking for a while. I've been 7 years without a cigarette, which is really good. But what I learned from that experience was when you fight addiction, you have to fight it on two fronts. You can't just fight it on one because you'll fail every time. And I think that's why people fail when they're trying to get over their addictions. So what I mean by two fronts, I mean, you have to fight the chemical addiction and then you have to fight the habit. And the habit can be just as bad as the chemical addiction. Because, I would find myself like stopping at a store, to get a pack of cigarettes. And at this point, I'm like, I should be done. Like this is 5 days, like being, without a cigarette, and and the withdrawal symptoms are getting better, but my body, due to habit, wants to have that cigarette. So it was craziness. And I'm using that same philosophy when I'm like while I'm doing this Kratom, like downsizing all my dosages with Kratom. So just a word to the wise, like don't try to just fight it on a chemical level. Also fight it on a mental level too, like the addiction. I mean the habit, because the habit can be just as bad as the chemical addiction. Let's see. What I've noticed is that if I stay busy, I don't really think about it that much. It's kind of like just an irritant in the back of your head, And if I'm doing something physical, like I'm outside working or something like that, like I had to paint a bike over the last couple of days. I airbrush too. I airbrush motorcycles besides doing fine art and doing in comic art. So I was out and I had to drive like, an hour away, go set up, and I had taken my dose that morning, and then once I got into it and I'm standing up, I'm over there, I'm just painting away and all that kind of crap. Like before I knew it, 5 or 6 hours had passed and I never had a dose of Kratom. So I was good. I mean, I started feeling the withdrawals, but it wasn't that bad. So I think as long as you can keep your head busy, you can beat it. So it's, and a lot of people in the last video left comments that they were only doing 15 grams a day and they were still getting the same withdrawal symptoms that I was getting. I mean, I don't know. I mean, everybody's body chemistry is different, but if that's the case, I mean, hell, maybe you should watch, like even stick to a lower dose if you possibly can. Just 4.5 grams a day, or maybe just less than 10. And I'm definitely going to use the Kratom stems, and I'm going to let you guys know how it works out for me, because that's supposed to lower your tolerance to Kratom, which means, any opiates actually. I mean, that's what it's advertised to do. So if you and not saying that Kratom's an opiate, because it's not, but the so if the Kratom stems work, and I'll let you know if they work, then I think this is a game changer, right? I mean, because then you don't have to increase your dose every year, or every 6 months. Like you can actually downsize your dose instead of doing that. And another thing too that I've been doing is I've been trying to eat like right before I take a dose, right? So because Kratom naturally doesn't, like, it suppresses your appetite, so that like I remember when I used to smoke, like if you ate, if you ate something, you had to have a cigarette, so it was, but with Kratom, I think it's the exact opposite. I think if you eat, it actually, for one, it doesn't, the effects of the opiate effects of the Kratom, that euphoric effect isn't as potent once you eat, So I think that's why a lot of people don't eat, because they want the maximum effect of that, which is bad. You don't want to do that, because then you're in danger of putting your body at risk for anorexia, or you can go ahead and you can be now malnourished, and that's really bad, because you don't want to weaken your immune system. And I think that contributes to the withdrawals as well. Anyway, all right, so I'm starting to ramble. Like I said before, I appreciate every goddamn one of you. I'll talk to you soon, and this is part 2. Thank you very much.